Chosen one, the waiting is over. Your soulmate is finally taking action. They can't hold back anymore, and what they're about to do will catch you completely off guard. Listen closely, because this moment carries something you have been praying for in silence, something that can shift your life in ways you never expected. And if you miss this, you may overlook a blessing that was prepared for you long before you understood its value. I am telling you now that the waiting you've endured was not empty. It was shaping, aligning, and preparing hearts for a divine connection that can no longer be delayed. What you are about to witness is not coincidence. It is movement guided by my hand, and it is unfolding because the time has finally become right. Stay with this, because what is coming carries truth, healing, and a breakthrough you have been quietly longing for. Type amen to affirm. You have felt the distance, the silence, and the uncertainty that made you question if anything was truly happening behind the scenes. I saw every moment you wondered if they would ever gather the courage to step forward. And I watched as you held on with quiet faith, even when it felt like nothing was changing. But what you could not see is that their heart was being stirred, softened, and transformed in ways that would prepare them to finally move toward you. This is not rushed, it is precise. And now the restraint they once had is breaking, because the weight of what they feel can no longer be ignored. Within you, there has been a deep knowing that something significant was building, even when your mind tried to dismiss it or protect you from disappointment. That knowing came from me, because I placed it there to keep you steady while the process unfolded. The reason it felt slow is because both of you were being shaped separately, so that when this moment arrived, it would not collapse under pressure. Now the shift is here, and it is not subtle. It is bold, and it will feel sudden, because the preparation was hidden from your sight. Before you continue, take a moment to like this video, because this is a moment of connection that can open your heart to receive what has been waiting for you. What they are about to do will not look like hesitation anymore. It will look like action, clarity, and a release of everything they have been holding inside. You may be surprised by how direct they become, because the same person who once held back is now being pushed forward by something stronger than fear. That strength is not coming from them alone. It is coming from me, guiding them to stop resisting what is meant to be. This is why it may catch you off guard, because you have become used to waiting, and now the pace is changing in a way you did not expect. There were moments when they tried to walk away from these feelings, convincing themselves that it was easier to stay distant than to face what was growing inside them. But every attempt to ignore it only made it stronger, because what I have joined cannot be easily dismissed. You were not forgotten during this time. You are being protected from something that was not yet ready. And now that readiness has come, the delay has reached its end, and the movement is beginning. Type 11 on 11 if you believe. This connection is not built on confusion, even though it may have felt that way at times. It is built on purpose, and purpose always finds its way forward, no matter how long it takes. The reason it feels intense now is because everything that was once quiet is rising to the surface all at once. You may feel a mix of excitement and disbelief because you have learned to guard your heart, but I am asking you to remain open to what is unfolding. Do not let past disappointments cloud what is happening now, because this is not the same situation repeating itself. This is something that has been refined through time, through growth, and through lessons that both of you needed to learn. What they are bringing forward is not confusion anymore. It is intention, and that intention is being strengthened by the truth they can no longer hide from. You will recognize the difference, because it will feel steady instead of uncertain. I have been watching over you through every moment of doubt, every quiet tear, and every time you wondered if love would truly find its way to you. I never left your side, even when it felt like you were walking through this alone. The reason you are still standing with faith in your heart is because I have been holding you, guiding you, and protecting what is meant for you. And now that protection is making way for something to finally arrive. What is about to happen is not meant to confuse you. It is meant to confirm what you have been feeling deep within your spirit. You are not imagining this shift, and you are not hoping for something that is not real. This is a moment of alignment where everything that once felt scattered is coming together with clarity, and even though it may feel sudden, it has been building for longer than you realize. This is how you will recognize that this is real, because what once felt uncertain will now feel grounded and clear. I am guiding this step, and I am removing the hesitation that kept them from moving before. There was a time when fear spoke louder than truth in their heart. They questioned their own feelings. They doubted their ability to handle what this connection required. And they tried to convince themselves that staying away was the safer choice. But truth has a way of rising above fear. And now that truth is stronger than anything they tried to hide behind. What they feel for you has reached a point where silence is no longer possible. That is why they are stepping forward now, because holding back has become heavier than taking action. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. You may feel a sudden pull toward them, a sense that something is about to happen even before you see it with your eyes. That feeling is not random. It is a sign that the connection is activating on a deeper level. I am aligning both of your paths so that this moment can unfold at the right time and in the right way. You are not chasing this and you are not forcing it, because what is meant for you will always find its way to you without struggle. This is why you must stay calm and grounded even as things begin to move quickly. There is a reason why this will catch you off guard. You had grown used to waiting, to wondering, and to managing your expectations so that you would not be hurt again. Your heart learned to be careful and your mind learned to question what once felt certain. But now you are stepping into a moment where your guard will be gently tested, not to break you, but to show you that this is different. This is not about repeating old pain. It is about experiencing something that has been refined through time and growth. They have been thinking about you more than you realize. There were quiet moments when your presence filled their thoughts, when memories returned, and when they felt a pull they could not explain. They tried to push it away, to focus on other things, to distract themselves from what was building inside them. But the more they tried to ignore it, the stronger it became, because what I have placed in their heart cannot be erased by distraction. It is rooted in purpose, and purpose always rises when the time is right. As they come forward, you will begin to see a version of them that is more honest and more open than before. They will not hide behind excuses or avoid the truth of what they feel. Instead, they will express themselves in a way that shows growth, clarity, and a willingness to move forward. This is not the same person who held back. This is someone who has been changed by the process they went through, and that change is what makes this moment possible now. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. Do not rush ahead of this moment or try to control how it unfolds. I am asking you to stay present, to listen carefully, and to allow things to develop naturally. You do not need to prove anything, and you do not need to force a result. What is happening is already guided, and your role is to receive it with a heart that is open but steady. This is how you protect yourself while still allowing the blessing to enter your life. There may still be small moments of doubt that try to surface within you. That is natural, because you have been through experiences that taught you to be cautious. But I am reminding you that this is not those past situations returning. This is something new, something that has been prepared with intention and care. When doubt tries to speak, bring your focus back to the truth of what you are seeing and feeling now. Let your faith be stronger than your fear, because this moment is built on something real. The action they are about to take is not just about words. It is about commitment to moving forward. You will notice that they are no longer standing still or hesitating at a distance. Instead, they are stepping into a space where things can grow, where communication can deepen, and where understanding can be built. This is the beginning of something that has the potential to become stable and meaningful, not rushed or fragile, and that is why it required time to reach this point. I have been protecting this connection from being rushed or broken before it was ready. There were things that needed to change within both of you so that this could stand strong. If it had happened earlier, it would not have lasted, because the foundation was not yet prepared. Now that foundation is stronger, and that is why the movement you see now is different. It is not temporary. It is rooted in something that has been built over time. You will also feel a shift within yourself. There will be a sense of calm that replaces the anxious waiting you once felt. Instead of questioning everything, you will begin to feel more certain and more at peace with what is unfolding. This is how you will know that you are aligned with this moment, because your spirit will recognize what is happening even if your mind is still catching up. Trust that inner calm, because it is a sign that you are being guided. This is how you will recognize that the change within them is real, because true transformation shows itself through repeated intentional effort. They are no longer standing at a distance, observing from afar, or holding back what they feel. They are stepping into a space where their presence becomes clear, visible, and undeniable. There was a time when they were unsure of themselves, unsure of what they could offer, and unsure if they were ready to meet you at the level this connection requires. That uncertainty created distance, and that distance created confusion for you. But during that period, I was working within them, strengthening their sense of self and guiding them toward a place of clarity. They had to face their own fears, their own doubts, and their own past wounds before they could come forward in a way that would not harm what is meant to grow between you. Now that work is bearing fruit, and the results are beginning to show. Type 222 to receive blessings. You may feel moments where your heart begins to open again in ways that you did not expect. There will be a gentle return of hope, not forced but natural, as if something within you recognizes that it is safe to feel again. This is not weakness, it is strength. Because opening your heart after experiencing pain requires courage. I am guiding you to this place carefully, ensuring that you are not stepping into the same patterns that once caused you to close yourself off. This is a new space, and it is meant to be experienced with awareness and trust. They are becoming more aware of the depth of what they feel for you. What once felt confusing to them is now becoming clear, and that clarity is driving them to act. They are no longer questioning whether they should come forward. They are realizing that they must. This realization is not based on impulse. It is based on understanding, on growth, and on the recognition that what they feel is not something they can ignore. This is why their actions will feel stronger and more certain, because they are no longer acting from confusion, but from truth. There may be a moment where everything seems to shift quickly, where the pace of this connection suddenly changes. Conversations may deepen, communication may become more frequent, and the emotional distance that once existed will begin to close. This may feel overwhelming at first because you have grown accustomed to things moving slowly or not moving at all. But this change in pace is a sign that the alignment has reached a point where forward movement is now possible. Do not resist this shift. Allow yourself to move with it while staying grounded in your awareness. Type 555 to affirm. I want you to remember that this is not about losing yourself in another person. It is about sharing your life with someone who is now ready to meet you with honesty and intention. You have grown, you have learned, and you have become stronger through everything you have experienced. That strength is what allows you to approach this connection differently now. You are not the same person you were before, and that is why this moment is unfolding in a new way. They will begin to express things that they once kept hidden. You may hear truths that surprise you, feelings that were never spoken before, and intentions that show how much they have been holding inside. This openness is a sign of trust, and it is also a sign that they are no longer afraid of what this connection means. They are choosing to step into it fully, without the barriers that once kept them distant. This is not something that happens without purpose. It is guided by a deeper understanding that has been growing within them. There will also be moments where you are asked to trust what you feel rather than overanalyze what is happening. Your mind may try to question whether this is real, whether it will last, or whether it is too good to be true. But I am asking you to bring your focus back to the present moment, to what is actually unfolding in front of you. This is where you will find your answer, not in the fears of the past or the uncertainties of the future. Stay present, because this is where the truth reveals itself. You are being reminded that love, when it is guided and protected, does not bring confusion or chaos. It brings clarity, peace, and a sense of direction that feels steady. What is happening now is moving toward that kind of clarity, even if there are still small adjustments taking place along the way. Do not expect perfection, but recognize the difference between something that is growing and something that is unstable. This is growth, and growth takes time, but it also shows progress. As they continue to move closer, you will begin to see how much effort they are willing to put into this connection. It will not just be words, it will be actions that show commitment, presence, and consistency. This is what you have been waiting for, even if you did not always realize it. Not just feelings, but actions that align with those feelings. This is what creates something lasting, something that can stand through challenges and continue to grow. I have been guiding both of you toward this moment with care and intention. Nothing about this has been random, and nothing about it is without purpose. Even the delays, the silence, and the confusion had a role to play in preparing you for what is happening now. Without those experiences, you would not be able to recognize the value of what is being offered to you in this moment. You would not be able to see the difference between what is temporary and what is meaningful. Stay grounded in your faith as this continues to unfold. Do not let fear or doubt take control of your thoughts. Instead, hold on to the truth that you are being guided, protected, and led towards something that has been prepared for you. I am placing strength within this connection so that it does not collapse under pressure, but grows through every test that comes its way. There will be a moment when you look at them and realize that something within them has truly changed. It will not just be in their words, but in their presence, in how they show up, and in how they remain consistent even when things are not perfect. This is important because you have seen inconsistency before, and it taught you to be careful. Now you are being shown what it looks like when someone chooses to stay, to try, and to build something instead of walking away. This is the difference that will begin to settle your heart. Type 1010 if you trust God. You may notice that the way you communicate with each other begins to deepen. Conversations will move beyond surface level exchanges and into something more meaningful. There will be honesty, vulnerability, and a willingness to understand each other in ways that were not possible before. This is where connection begins to strengthen, because it is no longer based on assumptions or unspoken feelings. It is being built on clarity, and clarity removes the confusion that once stood between you. They are also learning how to face the parts of themselves they once avoided. This includes their fears, their past mistakes, and the patterns that kept them from moving forward. Instead of running from these things, they are beginning to confront them with courage. This is not easy for them, but it is necessary for the kind of connection that is forming between you. Growth requires honesty, and they are stepping into that honesty because they understand that this is something worth showing up for. You will feel moments of reassurance that seem to come from within you, a quiet sense that you are on the right path. That reassurance is not something you are creating on your own. It is something I am placing within you to guide you. When you feel it, do not ignore it or push it aside. Let it ground you, especially in moments when your thoughts try to create doubt. This inner peace is a sign that you are aligned with what is unfolding. Type 1212 to claim miracles. There will also be times when you are reminded of why the waiting was so difficult. Old memories may surface, and you may briefly feel the weight of what you went through before this moment arrived. But those memories are not returning to pull you back. They are returning to show you how far you have come. You are not standing in the same place anymore. And you are not the same person who once carried that pain without understanding. You have grown, and that growth is what allows you to receive what is now coming toward you. As they continue to take action, you will begin to see effort that is steady and intentional. They will make time, they will communicate, and they will show you through their actions that they are serious about moving forward. This is not about perfection, but about consistency. Even when things are not smooth, they will not retreat into silence or distance the way they once did. Instead, they will stay present, working through challenges rather than avoiding them. I am asking you to remain patient even as things begin to move forward. Patience is not just for waiting. It is also for building something that lasts. Do not rush ahead or try to force outcomes before they are ready. Allow each step to unfold naturally, because this is how something strong is created. You are not losing time by allowing things to develop at the right pace. You are gaining stability that will support you in the future. There will be a deeper sense of trust forming between you. This trust will not come from promises alone, but from repeated actions that show reliability and care. You will begin to feel more secure, not because everything is perfect, but because there is effort being made to maintain and grow the connection. This is what creates a lasting bond, not sudden intensity that fades, but steady commitment that continues over time. You may also notice that your own fears begin to soften. The walls you once built to protect yourself will start to lower. Not all at once, but gradually. This is a natural response to feeling safe and understood. You are not being asked to remove your boundaries, but to allow yourself to experience connection without constantly expecting it to break. This balance is what allows you to remain open while still honoring yourself. They are beginning to understand the importance of what you share. What once felt uncertain to them now feels valuable, something they do not want to lose. This realization is guiding their actions, encouraging them to show up in ways they did not before. It is not just about their feelings, it is about their willingness to act on those feelings and to build something meaningful with you. As this connection grows, you will begin to see glimpses of what it can become. There will be moments of peace, moments of joy, and moments where everything feels aligned in a way that is easy and natural. These moments are not temporary illusions. They are glimpses of what can continue to grow if nurtured with care and honesty. Hold on to these moments because they will remind you of what is possible. I have been guiding both of you through this process with intention. Every delay, every lesson, and every challenge had a purpose. It was not to keep you from what is meant for you, but to prepare you for it. Now that preparation is allowing something real to take shape, something that can stand through time because it was built with patience and care. This inner stability is not coming from the outside. It is something I'm building within you so that you can receive what is meant for you without fear taking control. You are not being led into confusion. You are being led into clarity that will grow deeper with time. And the more you allow yourself to remain present, the more you will recognize that this is different from anything you have experienced before. There will be moments when you pause and reflect on how far everything has come. You will remember the days when it felt like nothing was moving, when silence was all you had, and when your heart felt like it was carrying more questions than answers. Now you are standing in a space where answers are beginning to appear, not all at once, but in ways that feel real and grounded. This is how transformation reveals itself, not in sudden noise, but in steady shifts that become impossible to ignore. And you will begin to see that every delay had a purpose, even when it did not make sense at the time. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. What is happening now is not just about them stepping forward. It is also about you being ready to receive what they bring. There is a balance that is forming, a space where both of you are meeting each other with a new level of awareness. You are no longer standing in a place of waiting without direction. You are standing in a place of movement and connection. This is why it feels different, because it is no longer one-sided or uncertain. It is becoming mutual, intentional, and guided in a way that supports growth instead of confusion. They are beginning to show you through their actions that they understand the value of what they almost lost. There is a sense of urgency within them now, not rushed, but clear, because they recognize that this is not something they can take lightly. This awareness is what is pushing them to act, to speak, and to remain present. They are not just reacting to emotions. They are responding to something deeper that has taken root within them. And that root is what will keep them steady as they continue to move forward. You may feel moments of disbelief as this continues. Moments where you question if this is truly happening. That feeling is natural, especially after a period of waiting that felt uncertain and long. But I am asking you to ground yourself in what you are seeing now, not what you feared before. The present moment holds the truth of what is unfolding, and it is there that you will find clarity. Do not let old patterns of doubt overshadow the reality that is now forming in front of you. Type 222 to receive blessings. As communication deepens, you will begin to feel a stronger connection that goes beyond surface understanding. There will be moments where you feel seen in ways you were not seen before, heard in ways you were not heard before, and understood in ways that bring comfort to your heart. This is not something that happens without purpose. It is something that grows when both people are willing to be present and open. And now, that willingness is beginning to show on both sides. There will also be moments where patience is still required. Even though things are moving forward, growth does not happen all at once. There may be small adjustments, moments of learning, and times where understanding takes a little effort. But these moments are not setbacks. They are part of building something that can last. You are not being tested to break. You are being strengthened to sustain what is being created. I am guiding both of you through this with care, ensuring that what is forming is not rushed or fragile. There is a foundation being built, one that is based on honesty, effort, and consistency. This foundation is what will allow this connection to grow beyond the excitement of the moment and into something stable, And as you continue forward, you will begin to feel that stability taking shape in a way that brings peace instead of uncertainty. You are also being reminded of your own worth through this process. The way they begin to show up for you will reflect the value that you carry. You are not being asked to settle, and you are not being placed in a position where you have to question your place. Instead, you are being met with effort that aligns with what you deserve. This is important because it shows you that what you have been waiting for is not just arriving. It is arriving in a way that honors who you are. There will be moments of joy that feel simple but meaningful. Small conversations, shared understanding, and moments of connection that bring a sense of ease. These moments may not feel dramatic, but they are significant because they show the natural flow of something that is real. This is how you will know that this is not just a temporary shift, but something that has the ability to grow into a lasting presence in your life. As this continues, remember that you are not alone in navigating what is unfolding. I am with you, guiding your thoughts, steadying your emotions, and protecting your path. You do not need to carry the weight of uncertainty because you are being led step by step. When you feel unsure, return to the sense of peace that is being placed within you. That peace is your guide, and it will keep you aligned with what is meant for you. What is ahead is not something to fear. It is something to receive with awareness and trust. You are stepping into a space where effort meets effort, where intention meets intention, and where connection is built on something deeper than momentary feelings. What is forming between you and them will begin to feel more natural with each passing moment. There will be less effort required to understand each other, less tension when communicating, and more ease in simply being present together. This is how connection deepens, not through pressure, but through comfort that grows over time. You will start to notice that you do not need to question every word or every action. Instead, you will feel a sense of trust building slowly but surely as consistency continues to show itself. They are also learning how to remain steady in their actions. Where they once may have pulled back or hesitated, they are now choosing to stay and work through what arises. This is a sign of maturity, a sign that they are no longer allowing fear to dictate their choices. They are understanding that something meaningful requires effort, and they are stepping into that effort willingly. This is not a temporary shift. It is a reflection of the growth they have gone through during the time you could not see. You will also begin to notice that your own reactions are changing. Situations that once would have caused you to feel anxious or uncertain will now be met with a calmer response. This is because you are no longer operating from the same place of fear or doubt. You have gained understanding, and that understanding is helping you navigate this connection with more balance. This is how you protect your peace while still allowing yourself to experience what is unfolding. Type 1010 if you trust God.